Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag HowiGotCustody. I've talked about this before, but it seems to continue to increase. Maybe the more followers I get, it continues to happen. But if you're texting me, calling me, emailing me, or in the comments asking a quick question to one point or one issue, and you're still totally lost, you need a consult. If you get an answer to this quickie question and that quickie question and that quickie question, you don't get the full understanding of the law, of the details, of strategies that work. You know, if you're in the military and you're about to go off to war and you only learn how to tie up your boots, you're not ready for the war. You need to know how to use all the weapons that are available to you, how to engage in all different types of combat. You know, I keep using the war analogy because it's appropriate, because this is a war. This is a war on your life with your kids, or over the life with your kids. And some people call up and say, well, what about this one little aspect of discovery? And, you know, or, you know, what questions should I ask? Or if you're asking what questions you should ask in discovery, then you're totally lost. You can't get like a quickie couple questions from me in the answer, as if I have time to go over all the questions. And a lot of you guys ask questions that I can only know the answer to if I know your case. You know, say you're applying for disability with an insurance company or with the government's or Social Security, and you say, hey, I have a disability, what should I do? You know, they have forms for that, and this is why you fill out forms and you meet with somebody and you get an approval with the doctor or whatever. Because nobody can just randomly give you a full answer and approve you or say that you really have a legit case. You know, you call up a doctor and say, hey, I got an owie, or my body hurts. The doctor's gonna say, where? What's your daily routine? What's your weight? They need to know details, and some of you guys have the audacity to think that you can just ask a quick question and get an answer, and then your case is gonna magically get fixed. Your case and the chances of you winning, they depend on how much you thoroughly understand your case. It's your case. It's your life with your kid or kids. Your freedom, your restraining orders you're fighting, your home, your retirement that you're going for. You know, there was a big thing about Travis Hunter, this football player from Colorado. Some say he's the Heisman candidate. He plays both on offense and defense. Plays for Deion Sanders at Colorado. There was a big thing where, you know, he had a great game or something, and he's hugging on his girlfriend. His girlfriend's nagging him or criticizing him in a moment that she should be celebrating. So she's publicly emasculating or disrespecting him. Just showing you how out of touch modern women are. And it's obvious, or there's a 99% chance she's just a gold digger, because she said she originally wasn't attracted to him. He wasn't her type, but she still got with him, and she was trying to explain the incident. But all these Freudian slips came out, and now she's pregnant. Right before it's time to go into the draft. Perfect timing. So everybody in the world knows that he's getting suckered. The whole world is talking about it. And his dumbass is still impregnating her and going along with it. My point is, even though people know a whole bunch of this stuff when it comes to family relations, because he's about to get a family law case, he's about to get a child support case, he's not married. And, you know, I just saw some pro basketball, I didn't just see it, a little while ago, there was a story trending about this gold digger who's dated like 4 different basketball stars, and they just pass her around. You got to be a dumbass. I mean, you got to be a nasty, low-level, brainless idiot, single mom raised dumbass to actually go for that stuff and go for a hoe when you could do way better. Generation of numbnuts. But my point is, everybody knows this. This is obvious, but it still goes on. There's nothing new under the sun. It continues. So it will continue that I will get dumbass, entitled, welfare mentality, microwave, fast food, drive-through, touch button, lazy bums who are going to ask me a quickie question and think that that's going to help them. Your life with your kid is on the line. Why would you want to just ask a quickie question? Like, you know, let's say, okay, what are the deadlines for getting discovery? You have to check your local rules. What are my local rules? The local rules, you just Google your county. Like I live in a county named King. So I would Google King County local rules, local civil rules, and see if there's family law rules. But usually the local civil rules cover discovery for any type of case. And then you want to know the statewide rules. Well, I don't know how to look up the statewide rules. Well, you're asking a question that you need a thorough understanding. I try and teach people to fish. I give you a fishing pole, the rod. I show you my fishing trophies. You know, I show you how to put the lure on. You know, handle all the equipment, how to reel the sucker in, how to, reel up the slack and then pull and stuff like that or whatever. I'm not a big fishing connoisseur, but most people know about fishing in general. It's pretty basic human activity. But if you're starting from scratch and you've never fished in your life, and you look at a rod and a pole and you're like, what is this? What is that? And you don't even know what the equipment is, and you think you're going to ask a question, what kind of bait should I use? Or what kind of fish are you, and what conditions, and, whatever. Like I said, I'm not a connoisseur, but, I'm sure you need to know a bunch of information. Just same thing with the doctor. Like, how the hell are you asking me a quickie question and you're totally lost? You will lose. People like you that do that, you're an automatic candidate for losing. If you don't, every single person who comes across me who's fighting a court battle, when they see me, they should say, oh my God, this dude knows so much stuff. Let me watch all his videos, take notes, and study 24/7 to figure this out on my own. Or, if you really, really care, you say, let me get an appointment with this guy, like a lot of men have done, and some mothers. They get an appointment with me, boom, they're on a consult. And then they make it, the ones who really care, they'll say, hey, how do I pay you? When are you available? I'll say, I'm tied up at 4 p.m. today and noon, or I'm wide open the rest of the week. Okay, how about tomorrow at 1 p.m. your time? Okay, boom, we got it. That takes like 20 seconds. There are people who take minutes, hours, and days to lock in an appointment with me. They'll email me. I'll say the fastest way to reach me is text. Then they'll reply with an email. Well, I got a funeral, I got a reunion, and then I got to work, and here's my schedule. Anytime later this week. And I'll say, pick one. Texting me is the fastest way, 3 days later when I see their email. Sometimes I get emails in the spam. I definitely do not check TikTok and Instagram DMs that much. But people love to just send me a DM and say, hey, what about this? And then we go back and forth 4 to 5 times like, okay, well, I didn't really need to know that information. I don't got time for bullshit. If you don't give a shit about your kids enough to say, wow, this guy knows his stuff, let me get an appointment or let me start studying him. If you're not doing one of those 2 things, then you don't give a shit and you're going to lose. And you are a loser. You are the bum. You are the deadbeat that everybody talks about because you think you can ask a quickie question for free, get a free consult, and everything just miraculously goes away. That's not how anything else in life works. But again, my gender turns total numbnuts when it comes to stuff. If you are lost, get a consult or watch my videos, all of them on YouTube, and take notes if you care about your kid.